U.S. authorities have frozen the account of the world's largest Bitcoin exchange, which helps move the customers' cash online. The booming digital currency has hit bureaucratic blocks ever since its rapid growth came to the attention of the government. RT's Marina Portnaya now explains.
The U.S. government has made no secret of the fact that it is keeping a close eye on the Bitcoin, but now it appears that the close eye includes a crackdown on the decentralized digital currency. The Department of Homeland Security has seized the company known as Dwolla, which allows customers to transfer their U.S. dollars into Bitcoins. On Tuesday, Washington shut down Dwolla's ability to process Bitcoin payments. Now, the U.S. warrant alleges that the Iowa-based company was operating as an unlicensed money transmitting business because Dwolla wasn't registered with the Department of Treasury's Financial Crimes Enforcement Network. Now, some economists believe the timing of this case is no coincidence. You see, the popularity and press surrounding Bitcoin is skyrocketing, and the use of electronic currency is growing more appealing to investors and customers around the world. This, of course, threatens the long-held grip that governments and banks have had on currency regulation and interest rate manipulation. Now, this New York City bar/restaurant behind me, known as Ever, began accepting Bitcoin last month. So far, the Midtown business has reportedly processed more than $20,000 worth of transactions in Bitcoin. Now, while Wall Street remains less than 8 kilometers away from here, the financial industry, to its disappointment, is far removed from the way in which the business of Bitcoin is operating. Reporting from New York, Marina Portnaya, RT.
And let's now take a look at Bitcoin's background to see why the U.S. government is so worried about the independent currency. The concept was first floated in 2008. The idea was for users to avoid banks when transferring cash by connecting directly with each other. Customers worldwide can spend Bitcoins to buy things without having to pay the normal higher fees. No wonder it's becoming so popular. The currency's value reached a record high in April, and its subsequent decline is partly being put down to the pressure of red tape. And joining us now live from Bratislava, political activist and blogger Mike Gogalski. Mike, very welcome to the program. Why do you think the U.S. government has targeted this exchange company?
Well, to a certain degree, I mean, there's two ways to approach this. One is that everything is fine. There are, in fact, real dangers from terrorists and money launderers getting into the financial system and doing nefarious things. I think that's somewhat misguided with respect to Bitcoin, that the justification for this is really not solid. Now, however, I could put on my conspiracy hat. I don't have a tinfoil one, but I do have a copper-impregnated cyber cap and say, yeah, you know, the banks actually own the United States government. They're running scared because they've been on their last legs for most of 2 decades, at least since the currency crisis in the 90s. It's just a wonder that they've kept the lumbering beast propped up for so long. And now they see really an existential threat in the form of Bitcoin. So they're going to chop away at that wherever they can, lest they have their legs pulled out from under them.
But what makes you support Bitcoin, as it's extremely volatile? Many believe it's a bubble. Do you trust such an unstable currency?
Well, I don't, you know, to say you trust a currency is a matter of faith, and it's a momentary thing, obviously. We've seen pictures from history of the Weimar Republic in Germany of banknotes being shoveled in wheelbarrows into people's houses and loaded up into ovens just to provide heat because they were worthless otherwise. So Bitcoin is a long-term play right now. And I see Bitcoin as kind of heralding a much brighter future for us, where we don't have the weight of the banks and the financial industry crushing down and really squeezing so much human energy out of our planet.
So I take it as you think there is a room for independent currencies, whether they're digital or not.
Well, I think that history is going to prove this point precisely. You know, there's no undo button for something like Bitcoin, just as there's no undo button for something like the internet. It's out there, and as much as you want to say, here, kitty, kitty, go back in the bag, an independent, non-political currency is going to arise, and I believe